But you were one of those SNL players who, the second you walked on stage, all the eyes went to you, as they should. You know, you just owned it. You never looked, from the beginning, you never looked the least bit worried about how it would turn out. You never looked freaked out. You never looked...
The update desk, when they put me on the update desk, I remember Bobby Lee saying this to me. He was like, if they put your ass in front of the camera, it's over. And they were talking about putting me in front of the camera. Meaning that if you get in front of it, they hired me as a writer. They didn't hire me as a cast member first.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was a writer.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I came out and auditioned with a bunch of people, but they just asked me to stay as a writer.
Huh.
So they had been talking about me being on the update desk, but Bobby was like, if they put you in front of that camera, it's fucking over. And when they gave me that update, the update was just like doing stand-up, but just sitting down. I was like, got this shit. That's you want me to do this? This is like fucking taking candy from a baby. You know, the first update, they was like, you were nervous. And I was like, bitch, I just was doing stand-up. I was just sitting down.
What was the bit you did?
It was a joke that I had been doing for 6 years.
Oh, yeah. That is easy.
It literally was about, you know, all our jokes is from my life. I wrote this joke 10 years before I started actually doing it. I went on a bad date. And this is real talk. I went on a bad date. I came home and I was in the middle of the floor. And I remember I was eating cold spaghetti. And I was like, this is a goddamn shame. Because if I was a fucking slave, I would have all the best men. They would try to breed me. Yeah. I would have Denzel, I have Shaquille, I have all the fine motherfuckers. And every 9 months I would be giving them a fucking breed, baby.
Wow.
I just remember that coming to my head, and I was like, I can't even get a fucking quality brother. And I'm the best thing on the fucking plantation. And I just remember saying, that'll be funny, you know, one day when you're talented enough to do that joke. And then I started doing it. And I think the way that I started doing it was just funny when I would do it. And they called me in the room and see, Spider? They called me in the room.
Yes.
And you gonna kill it?
Well,
it didn't do nothing to you.
Okay, you're right.
And it might be killing like other ants or something. That bug did not come out to be killed today. It was just like...
That's not the kind that I like. There are certain spiders...
Is that a Black Widow one?
Well, it's
Black Widow.
I have no idea, but it's... Anyway, go on with your story. Don't let the spider get in the way of our fun.
Oh, my God. No, they called me in the room, and I had 2 jokes. I had this joke about texting. I had this joke about over-texting, and I called it the slave joke. That's what I called it. I called it the slave joke. And they was like, well, we want you to do an update on the texting and the slave joke. And I was like, those are 2 different jokes. I was like, so it's one or the other. I was like, those don't go together, so you have to pick one or the other. And they was like, and I was like, yeah, y'all want me to do a slave joke? And they was like, yeah, but they didn't want to say it. So I was like, it's a good joke. Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it. So we wrote it.
It's a ballsy one.
It is. It's not even that it's so ballsy as much as you got to be talented to perform it.
Well,
because when I would do it, it was just as simple as that. It was just like if I was on the fucking plantation, I would have the best. I would be recruited. I think I would be the #1 slave draft pick.
But I mean, that SNL audience is a really liberal, woke audience. So like, even a black person doing that joke, you have to understand, white people, especially the liberal ones in places like New York and LA, they have a kink of self-loathing. So you mentioned plantation, and they right away are like, oh my God. I'm like, I always want to say to them, you didn't do it.
You didn't do it. I mean, it's like...
But I could see an audience freezing at that because it's just...
Oh my God. I would do it in LA.
I'm talking about the white people.
Everywhere
the black
in
people
LA
would be fine with it because it's funny.
The black people would get mad at me. No.
Oh.
I'll tell you this. Listen.
They would?
When I do that joke, I would do that in white clubs. I'm telling you, that shit would... rush, because I would come out, I was like, I'm the #1. I'm the #1 slave draft pick. I'm going to Arkansas, Nebraska trying to get me. It was just like, the whole joke was an intricate thing.
In
And
L.A.?
in LA, I would do it at the parlor all the time, a Jay Davis show, all the time. It would rip because it was a genius joke. That's the joke that Chris saw me doing
Okay.
at the Comedy Store when he told the
So
SNL
wait,
about
and you're
me.
saying black audiences got mad at it?
Well, black audience, you know, when you do it in a club, people laugh. But when I did it as an update, white people thought it was hilarious. Black people, oh my God.
Well,
Oh, you was up there talking about it's okay for a girl to be breeded. And I was like, oh my God, are you listening to the fucking joke? Like that show you not listening to the joke. I remember one time I did this club and I was ripping. I ripped this club, and this black guy comes up to me. He was like, "Yeah, I wasn't." He was like, "Damn, you was so much funnier than I thought. I wasn't really a fan because you know you called black women niggas on SNL. What? The fuck are you talking about?" And this is what pisses me off about stuff like that. It's like you don't know what the fuck you talking about. So I said, "Where did I say it?" He was like, "You said it," and I was like, "Show me where I said it. Show me. Pull it up and pull out the part where you saw me say that." I said, that right there, you going off of misinformation, off of something you didn't even go and fucking research and see if I said it. No, I didn't call black women niggas. I said that if I was on a plantation, I would be breeded because I am a Mandingo, and I would have all the best men that come. That's what I said. The fuck, like, and what pissed me off, I told people, I said, if the joke is so fucking genius, you should be proud that I even wrote a joke like that. I mean, it's just not a dick joke, is it?
no.
What you expect, right? You expect a fucking dick joke.
I'm still so surprised.
Oh my God, when I say I had bitches from Essence come out, I mean, I had so much shit. And it's so, it made me so disgusted because I go, do you know how fucking hard? I would have did that, I've done that joke a billion times in all kinds of blacks and white, and now you get mad? Is it because I took it outside of what, like, you're surprised to see a black woman be smarter than what the fuck that you see some of these other women do? Oh, I'm so sorry that I'm not just talking about dick.
Or how the shower doesn't get in your pussy.
And who does that shit? Oh, that's the most oh my God. When I first started, my goal was to write better dick jokes than men. I remember the
That
first
was
time
your
I did.
goal?
Oh my God, I was so good. I was so good. I remember TK Kirkland coming up to me one time going, "Women ain't supposed to talk like that. You can't be talking about dick." And I said, "You talk about pussy, and you don't have no pussy. I got a pussy. Why would I not talk about it?" And I said, "And I bet you I know more about your dick than you do."